Hello everyone, hi, I'm Dora, and welcome back to a new and exciting episode of Bite Size English, your daily bite of English. In October, Canadian and American families, stores, TV programming are all getting ready for Halloween. In these next 5 minutes, we're going to be looking into some Halloween-related words, specifically the words spook, creep, and haunt. Let's give yourself the next 5 minutes to understand these words and how native speakers use them. If you like this episode, then click on like. And if you really want to see more videos, please subscribe to Bite Size English. You may already know that these 3 words can be used as verbs. To spook is an action we do to scare someone. Notice how I pronounce this word, spook. It may look like other words you know, like book, look, hook, took, but its pronunciation is different. Say it to yourself, spook. Great. Let's spook him. Notice the grammatical structure of this verb. It requires an object. In this case, we're using a pronoun, him. Let's spook him into doing it. Check it out. Take a look at this longer sentence. Not only do we have an object, but we have the preposition into, followed by a gerund, and a secondary object, it. To creep is actually an action when someone or something moves very slowly and carefully. When someone creeps, they're trying to move in a way so that people aren't noticing them. I'm going to creep down the hall because it's midnight and I don't want to wake anyone. But the phrasal verb to creep out has a very similar meaning to spook. It's a phrasal verb used when someone or something you experience makes you feel fear or disgust. You've just heard a really scary or disgusting story that makes the hairs on your arms stand up and you say, "Don't creep me out." Take a closer look. Have you noticed something about the position of the verb and the preposition? We naturally separate this verb and its preposition and put the object in between. To haunt is when someone or something appears repeatedly and gives you a negative feeling. A ghost haunts this place is a common way to use this verb. But we can also say, "Man, that deal we made still haunts me today. It was such a bad deal for us." This is less about ghosts and more about the thought of you having done some action which was a mistake. And the thought of it comes back, unfortunately, again and again in your mind. What about when we want to use these verbs to describe people or places? We'd like to use them as adjectives. It's spooky. It's creepy. These are common sentences we use to describe a place that is frightening or disturbing. But we would never say, "It's haunty." That word doesn't exist. Instead, we'd say, "It's haunted. It's haunting." But be aware, when you're saying you think something is spooky or creepy or haunting, you're giving an opinion. But when you say something is haunted, you're stating it as a fact that the place is visited by something supernatural. And do we use these words to talk about real people? Let's think about that. We can often hear people say, "He's creepy," or "He's a creep," meaning that person does something or looks in a way that gives you an uneasy feeling, like this guy. But culturally, we don't often hear that said about women. "She's a creep." English can be a sexist language, and the word creep is more often used to describe men than women. Do we ever hear people say, "He's spooky" or "she's spooky"? We can describe ghosts as being spooky. Let's hope you never have to experience a real ghost and say that. But let's say it's Halloween, and someone has a costume that makes you feel scared. Then you would say, "He or she looks spooky." Would you ever describe a person as a haunt? Stop right there, never. This word isn't about a person. A haunt is a noun that means a place that you went to often. I went back to my hometown and visited all my old haunts. It's a place where you used to hang out a lot. You could describe a person as haunting, as in, "She has a haunting charm and personality. That person you just met is so mysterious, interesting, intriguing that you just can't stop thinking about her." Okay, have we had enough yet? Let's see if you can review what was said. 1. When you want to describe a person, which words would you use? A creep? Haunted? Looks spooky. If you chose A as in he's a creep or what a creep, or C when you say he or she looks spooky in that costume, you're correct. 2. You stop at a place and it gives you a scary feeling. You say, it's a spook, it's spooky, it's spooking. Fantastic, it's B, it's spooky here. 3. You're doing this. You are haunting, a creep, creeping. I hope you're not B. Well, you may be, but you are actually doing with your body is C. Here's a tip for you. You now have some new vocabulary words, and the only way that these words will be stored in your long-term memory and used naturally when you speak or write is when you use them right away. Try and imagine a conversation using these new words. Then describe a spooky experience, a creepy person, or a haunted place in English to a friend and sneak in those words into the conversation. That's all for today, folks. If you want to learn more with Bite Size English, remember to click on the subscribe button below to get your daily bite of English, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more. Thanks for watching and see you soon, and don't forget to comment below and share with your friends.